All right, I'm gonna do this tier list. This isn't a ordinary tier list. This is not me ranking each character like, you know what I'm saying, like Star Lord S tier. You know what I mean? This is gonna be me ranking each character by how much they piss me off if somebody on my team is bad while using them. You know what I mean? So if I run into a Mr. Fantastic that is like one of the worst Mr. Fantastic that's ever touched that character, how pissed off am I going to be when I run into them? Starting off with Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock players piss me off a lot. A bad Adam Warlock on my team makes me want to just forfeit right away. A bad Adam Warlock uses their alt when like one person on the enemy team, when one person on the team is dead right in front of the enemies. Or they'll do it like right around the corner when Spider-Man's got his alt. Like, without failure, Adam Warlocks that are bad will always pop their alt when either one person on the team is dead and we're winning the team fight, so it was just wasted, or they just give us two deaths for free. They'll pop it and immediately a Spider-Man is gonna round the corner and all over the enemy team or us, our team, and we're all just cooked. So Adam Warlock, I gotta give him S. Bad Adam Warlock players make you just want to uninstall the game and never play it again, honestly. They make you want to go back to Overwatch. They make you want to go back to whatever shooter you came from. They make me want to play fucking Warzone, which, I mean, that's a fucking feat in big 2025. Um, Bad Black Panther players, how much do they piss me off? I got to put them in A tier. Bad Black Panther players, they piss me off a lot because their stats will be the worst. Like, I'm not usually a a scoreboard watcher unless it comes to myself. Like, I'll look at the scoreboard and I'll see, like, you know, the whole team is like, we might be getting shit on, we might be getting rolled by the enemy team, but somehow the Black Panther is always going like 1-11, and they decided not to swap. We'll have one healer, 3 DPS, 2 tanks, and BP will be 1-11, deciding to just stick to where he's at. So yeah, that doesn't sit right with me. So BP's got to go in A. BP's, they piss me off. Bad Black Widow players. Honestly, this is probably gonna be a little controversial. I'm gonna put them in C tier because bad Black Widow players are a dime a dozen. You just accept them. You know what I mean? Like, they're, if somebody's insta locking a Black Widow, you just accept that they're not gonna be that good. Like, you roll the dice every time you see somebody insta lock Black Widow on whether or not that's gonna be a winning game. And that's just how it is. Like, it seems like every time I have a Black Widow on my team that they are either goaded or they've never touched a keyboard and mouse a day in their life. So that's a little to be expected. Maybe I'll move them up to B tier later, but for now they're sticking on C. Hold on, let me move my fan. Captain America, bad Captain America players. Oh, that's tricky. I might save Captain America for later, but nah, I gotta rank them now. Bad Captain America players. Here's the thing: every time you run into a Lord Captain America, they're never bad. It's probably like the highest skill Lord you can run into. For some reason, everybody I run into that's Lord Captain America, they're never bad. I don't know what it is. So, like, when I do run into a bad Captain America, they're always a non-lord. So I don't get that pissed off because it's not like when you have a lord, it's like, okay, you should know how to play this character. You know, you should be able to adjust or adapt if they're countering you or whatever. But it's always the non-lords. So I gotta put Captain America. I gotta put Captain America in D tier. I don't get that mad when we have a bad Captain America because it's really easy to be bad on Captain America. Uh, so yeah, I'll give him that. A bad cloak and dagger. Okay, if I've got a cloak and dagger on my team and they're bad, God, I'm getting PTSD from this fucking scenario. A bad cloak and dagger player does piss me off a lot because you have auto aim on everything and your screens are so good. A bad cloak and dagger player that is like always in DPS, if I never see dagger, I'm pissed. I have seen so many cloaks in my gameplay, in TikToks, whatever. I have seen so many fucking cloaks just 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 damage the entire game. And uh, that's all I really have to say. A bad cloak and dagger player is like a DPS player that's trying to flex to support, and they're like, "Oh my god, there's a DPS character built in this healer. I'm gonna go DPS," and it's like a way for them to be like not the fifth lock DPS, but still DPS. So yeah, that, in my experience, that's it. And Dagger's heals are fucking pathetic when she's just throwing daggers at you. So like if she's not using her bubble and she's not using her screen, then yeah, that kind of pisses me off. I'll put her in B tier though. Cause like I get lightly annoyed, I get pissed, but like when I run into a bad Black Panther or a bad Warlock on my team, like that's when I start getting really angry. Especially because whenever you have a bad Black Panther on your team, there's always a good Black Panther on the other team, without fail, every single time. No, like no exceptions. There's always going to be a Black Panther diff if you've got a bad Black Panther on your team, and that pisses me off. Bad Doctor Strange players. Yeah, I've watched Tim the Tap Man play this game, and I've seen him Strange alt and get nobody in it like 3 times in a row. And you know, with how often Strange gets his alt, if you're not using that shit correctly, if you are getting nobody with it, like I barely play Strange, I'm getting at least one healer in my Doctor Strange alt every time. I've seen Tim the Tap Man not get anybody for an entire game. So like, I don't know. I mean, as long as they have their shield up, if they are not using their shield and they're not getting anybody in their alt, I get pretty pissed. And it seems like every time you have a bad Strange, there's always a Strange diff. It's another one of those characters. So I don't know. I mean, I don't really get that mad at a bad Strange, though. I mean, I've seen many Strange try to use their portal when nobody's on point to get OT, nobody's about to get a touch. They're popping their portal at 98% on domination, trying to place that shit quick as fuck. You ever seen that one meme of the guy that's like sweating and just mashing his keyboard and shit? That's basically what these Strange mains do when it's 98% on OT or 98% on Dom. And you know, I just look at them and I'm like, I don't get pissed. I'm like, bro, how quick do you think you're going to be in placing this portal? You're going to be able to, with like 5 seconds left. Like these motherfuckers, these Strange mains, they try to go for buzzer beaters all the time. I'm telling you, these Strange mains, the point's at 98% for the enemy. Nobody is even near it for OT. We just got team wiped. They're trying to put a portal down, reposition it, place it where we can jump through it and grab a touch for OT and hopefully win the team fight, all with like 5 seconds left on the clock. And you know what? Honestly, I kind of got to respect the hustle. So maybe I'll move him up to C tier. Maybe a bad Strange does kind of piss me off more than a bad cat player. But honestly, like most bad Strange will use their shield at least, so I can't be that mad. Like if you're using that fucking big ass shield with like 800 HP, you know, I'll be satisfied with you. So yeah, that's fine. You give me cover for me to shoot from behind it, so I'm fine. Bad group players. I might go B or A for this one. Bad group players. It's got to be high B at least. Because bad group players always get diffed. Whenever you're playing ranked and Groot is not banned, 100% your Groot is getting diffed. Groot and Human Torch are my default bans for this season. But I just feel like every time he's not banned, like I don't target ban my team. So if I have a teammate that's like, hey man, I play Groot, let's not ban Groot. I'm like, okay, fine. You better diff the other guy then. Because they're gonna have a Groot. If Groot doesn't get banned, there is not a single tank main that's not rubbing their hands at that opportunity. So if you get diffed bad by Groot and we're just getting rolled because they have a really good Groot and you haven't touched a mouse and keyboard in your life before, I get kind of angry. So I got to move up to A tier. After I talked myself into it. Bad Hawkeye players. So bad Hawkeye players, they piss me off, but their alt kind of makes up for it. Because you can have a Hawkeye that doesn't really hit that many shots, or they're just hitting body shots, or they're just hitting tanks, but at least they're farming their alt. And their alt, if they're just spamming that shit down a choke point or a hallway, they can usually apply so much pressure to the enemy that the rest of us are able to capitalize on it. If you've got good DPS and good tanks, the rest of your team can capitalize on it. If a Hawkeye, the worst Hawkeye in the world, can at least use his alt. Can we agree on that? The worst Hawkeye in the world can at least use his alt correctly. So bad Hawkeyes, they don't really piss me off that much. You know what? Actually, they do. Because a bad Hawkeye player never switches off Hawkeye. A bad Hawkeye player will realize they're going 1 in 10 and they will never switch off Hawkeye. They always have this just like feeling they're clinging on to that they're going to come back and clutch this whole game up for their team around the next corner. And that very well might be the case. I've done terrible as Hawkeye and I've been guilty of this. I'm like, bro, I know how good I am. I'm going to be able to clutch this up. I'm going to be able to bring this back. Minor setback for a major comeback. Minor setback for a major comeback. I've had that in my head before, and I have made it happen. So I take it back. A bad Black Widow, that's going B tier. Bad Hawkeye, going C tier. Oh, no, that's backwards. Sorry. Bad Hawkeyes piss me off, but not as much as a bad Cloak and Dagger, because a bad Hawkeye can be worked around. The only thing is they never switch. And that's the most annoying part about them. This might get moved around a little bit later in the video, but we'll have to see. Bad Hella players. Thing is, a bad Hella player still does output a lot of damage. Like, there's no way you're not at least hitting body shots on Hella. And Hella, I'm pretty sure, can 4-shot to the body at least, you know? So bad Hella players, I don't know. They don't piss me off as much as bad Hawkeye players, I think. They might be going in B tier as well. I don't know. I don't think bad Hella players piss me off too much. You know, they pop their alt right before they die and everybody scatters. They can at least do that. So I don't know. I might change this, but I can't really think of a reason why I really get pissed off at bad Hella players. Bad Hella players are just, they are who they are. You know what I mean? Like, you see them all the time. A lot of people say it's like awkward to aim in MarvelRivals, and sometimes I agree with that, but I think that's just cope. You know what I mean? Because I've hit some nasty shots with Hawkeye. I've hit some nasty shots with Hella, Winter Soldier, Star-Lord, who you name it. I've hit nasty shots with them. But, you know, you just potato aim sometimes. Everybody does. So, yeah, I don't, bad Hella players, they don't piss me off too much. I might reconsider that, though. Bad Hawk players. So if you've got a bad Hawk on your team, it feels like you don't even have a tank. And they're most likely playing Bruce Banner more than they're playing Hulk. Sometimes I've opened the scoreboard and been like, do we not have a fucking tank? And then I see Bruce Banner. Uh, so bad Hulk players, I mean, they can be pretty like they can kind of piss me off a little bit, but it doesn't affect me too much. I don't get like really heated when I see a bad Hulk player. I get more heated when I see a bad Black Widow player, honestly. Cuz I expect bad Hulk players now. I expect a lot of bad characters in C&D. You pick Black Widow, Hulk, Doctor Strange, or Cap, there's a 50-50 chance I'm expecting you to be bad, but at least when you pick Doctor Strange, you're using his shield, which helps the entire team. And a bad Hulk player, I mean, they use their bubbles, but they're Bruce Banner most of the time, so we don't even get to enjoy that. And then Captain America is like he doesn't even exist. I mean, he distracts the backline a lot, and he'll have a lot of people peel to kill him, which gives you an opening to trade. So bad Cap players don't piss me off that much either. Moving on to Iron Fist. Bad Iron Fist players. Bad Iron Fist players. I expect it. I expect bad Iron Fist players too. So I can't really say like bad Iron Fist players piss me off that much. I don't know. I gotta put them in. I gotta put Iron Fist in. They piss me off a little bit more than bad Hulk players, but they piss me off a little bit less than Black Widows. Bad Iron Man players, that's going in A tier, right behind Groot. Uh, you have a bad Iron Man on your team, they're dead 100% of the game. Like they're dead. Like they'll have one kill and like 20 deaths. They're just Spider-Man food the entire game. Like there's no coming back from it. Like Spider-Man will just hit them with a web tracer and they'll just get swatted out of the sky. Like that's it. Like they're gonna get web tracered once, twice, maybe 3 times. Spider-Man's gonna get hit E on them and then uppercut them out of the sky, and that's it. That's what's gonna happen. They're Spider-Man food at the end of the excuse me. They're Spider-Man food at the end of the day. Bad Iron Man players, they piss me off because I think to myself, I'm like, bro, why don't you just switch? Like I've had situations where I've done really good at Iron Man, and I was like on top of my team, on top of my DPSs anyway. I was like the top DPS on the team, but Spider-Man kept killing me. I got him a few times, but he killed me more times. But I was still effective as Iron Man. Whenever Spider-Man wasn't around, and him going after me took him off of our support. So I stayed on Iron Man. I took like the 5-6 deaths that I had total. Pretty much all of them were Spider-Man. Like 4 or 5 of them were from Spider-Man. I just took that. Because like I was doing work as him and I was taking him off our supports. So I mean that's a win. But if you are not doing anything and you're just Spider-Man food, then get off of Iron Man. Like some people just you're not built like that, little bro. Jeff the Land Shark, you motherfuckers piss me off to the point where I literally want to drink antifreeze. I have never in all of my life, in GTA by the way, I have never in all my life wanted to talk so much shit over the internet than when I ran into a bad Jeff player. I literally reported a bad Jeff player the other day because he reported him for throwing. I literally reported him the other day because there was a Scarlet Witch alt going off. Jeff used his alt, and instead of, take us away, spit us out away from the Scarlet Witch alt or whatever, he decides to keep us right there and spit us out towards Scarlet Witch. Took out like half of the team right there. I repeat, Jeff swallowed the entire team during a Scarlet Witch ult on the other team. The enemy team was Scarlet Witch ulting. Our Jeff decided to ult. He grabbed the majority of our team, like 4 of us, me being one of them. And instead of taking us to safety, he spit us out towards the Scarlet Witch. And it was OT, by the way. And she proceeded to wipe our entire team. There was no way to react. He spit us out, and immediately she got all of us, including Jeff. So she just wiped out our entire team. Our entire team was wiped out. So bad Jeff players, the rest of these characters, you can waste your ult, right? You can waste your Iron Man ult 1,000 times in the game. You can waste your Iron Fist ult, waste your Hulk ult. You can waste a lot of ults in this game. But Adam Warlock and Jeff, when they waste their ult, they are throwing away the game completely. They literally make it to where it is impossible to win and come back. That's why Jeff and Adam Warlock's garbage asses are at the top of this tier list right now. Bad Loki players, they gotta go top of D or top of B. Bad Loki players gotta go top of B. A bad Loki player can't aim to save his fucking life, puts his rhinestone down in the worst fucking location possible, steals a fucking Mr. Fantastic ult. Like, bad Loki players literally make it feel like you don't have a 6th teammate. There are really good Loki players out there, and most of the time when you're running into a Loki player, they are going to be good, in my experience anyway. But the times I've ran into a bad Loki player, I'm like, how the fuck do you fuck this up that much? I have flexed to Loki I have flexed to Loki in a ranked game before. I'm a DPS player. I don't ever play support, but I was doing good as Loki. I was stealing Rocket's ult, Invisible Woman's ult. Like, I know the basics on whose ult to steal, how to use his rhinestones, how to use his clones, when to go invisible, shit like that. And I have the ability to aim his primary to heal moving targets. So many Loki players, I've literally been in front of them just ADing. Like, I'm talking about the slightest amount. No heals at all. I can see the Loki orbs literally passing by me. Like I'm in the fucking Matrix. And I die because Loki missed like 4 of his fucking attempts to heal me. Absolute dog shit. When I see that, and I have to wait like 10 seconds to spawn back in, I get a little pissed off. I ain't gonna lie. So, Loki, you know what? You just talked yourself into fucking A tier. You're fucking garbage. You pissed me off. Luna Snow. A bad Luna Snow. I don't know. I don't run into many of them, honestly. But they don't piss me off that much. Bad Luna Snow players don't piss me off that much. They might never hit an ice ball. They might never hit their ult when it matters most. They might never get any final hits or hit headshots with their primary. They might miss some, but like Luna Snow has such good heals that even if you're missing some and you're hitting others, like you are gonna heal a teammate pretty well. And that Snowflake is really good, and it's incredibly noob friendly for when you have a character that flies around like my main Star-Lord. If I'm flying around and I'm at like 180 health and I'm seeing my health slowly go up, I'm like, oh shit, Luna must be putting in some work on the heals. So with that, bad Lunas don't piss me off that much. I mean, Lunas that like rush in with their fucking ice skates and immediately get dove on or just melted by the fucking front line when the doors open on Dom, that kind of fucking pisses me off. But other than that, I don't get that mad when I face a bad Luna, or when I have a bad Luna player on my team. Yeah, I'd say a bad Black Widow pisses me off more. Um, I'd say a lot of these players piss me off more. Maybe a bad Captain America pisses me off less. Bad Strange. A bad Hulk might piss me off less too. Yeah. You know what? I gotta put her high C tier. I do get pissed off when a Luna is worse than a Black Widow. Because you got to be able to hit some shots. In Black Widow, it's more understandable to miss your shots. But yeah, definitely this. A bad Magic player. A bad Magic player, I just never see. They're always alting at the worst times when they're trying to like 1v6 the entire team because they seen some guy do it on a TikTok clip or something, or like they waste all their teleports and now they're just out in the middle of the open against a Hawkeye player or something. So like bad Magic players, I don't even realize that they're there. I don't get too pissed off in the moment because I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on? Like, there's no way that the enemy team is just steamrolling us right now. Oh wait, one of our DPS are 1-8 right now. So Magic doesn't piss me off too much, but she does piss me off more than a bad Luna. Bad Magneto players. Bad Magneto players, I don't like too much. Being a Star Lord main, I'm able to like charge up my ult really fast when I press E and I get mag bubbled and I do that to the entire team and I'm just protected. They can't do anything about it. I can charge up my ult like 20% with one press of that key and then I can dip out real quick. But when bad mags, I've seen them just think they're invincible and they run in front of the entire team and stay there. They pull out their 3-second shield. They bubble themselves constantly and nobody else. Like shit like that. They don't bubble Scarlet Witch. They don't bubble me when I'm alting. They don't bubble a lot of these people when they should, when they're alting. Which, like, these are like game-changing alts if you have a mag bubble. Because nobody can do shit to you when you're in them. And you're incredibly vulnerable if you try to face it head on. So bad mag, they do kind of piss me off, but you don't run into many of them. I gotta say, maybe like, do they piss me off more than bad Lokis? This is the part that gets tricky. This is the part of the tier list that's really tricky. Do bad mag players piss me off more than bad Lokis? I'd have to say yes, because whenever I hear like for mutant kind and I'm on the team, when they're doing the fucking LeBron and they're about to dunk on somebody, um, and like they just never get a kill with it, they never counter an ult with it, they never get a Star Lord with it, they never get whoever with it. That does kind of piss me off more than a Loki that's just being a fucking dipshit, really. Yeah, I would say so. Bad Mantis players. I mean, bad Mantis players, I mean, they damage boost Hawkeye, they damage boost anybody. They damage boost Black Widow for sure. As long as they are using their leafs and they're not saving them, which I think like that is like a given. Like I don't think any of them are going to be saving them. They don't piss me off too much. They piss me off less than a bad Luna for sure. Cause like their ult is amazing, and you don't have to fucking stay like, you don't have to hug her like you have to hug Luna. You have to be in the range of it, just like the rocket ult and shit like that. But you don't have to be hugging her like with Luna, and you have more options compared to the Luna ult. But the Luna ult's still good, obviously. So yeah, she pisses me off a little bit less, and she gets her ult wicked fast. I mean, it's annoying to go up against a Mantis, even if they are bad. Like I've went up against Mantises that like I'm constantly killing. I'm constantly just diving on them or whatever I'm doing, and I'm just killing them. And they pop their alt and save their entire team, and that wastes their alt, yeah, but it's still like, bro, damn, does this bitch like ever decide to die for me? And it just seems like that happens so often. So I don't really get pissed when there's a bad one on my team. Moon Knight, bad Moon Knight players. I mean, I just question how. You know what I mean? Like if you're a 1 in 11 Moon Knight, I'm like, how the fuck? Like I have no aim or no brain. I'm a Moon Knight main. Like that's a saying for a reason. So I'm like, how the fuck do you fuck up Moon Knight? Like you hit one person on the enemy team and you're hitting everybody on the enemy team. You put down an Ankh, you're fucking up everybody. You all put down an Ankh to drive people closer towards the middle. They're cooked. Like how are you that bad on Moon Knight? Like, don't get me wrong, I've had my fair share of shitter Moon Knight games just because he's not very good when he's getting dove on. Maybe in season 2 he is since the buffs, but I haven't played him that much to get dove on with him. Um, so like, yeah, that's just I don't understand it. I don't really get pissed, but I don't understand it either. Um, so yeah, Moon Knight, I get kind of mad. I get a little angry when I face a bad Moon Knight, or when I have a bad Moon Knight on my team. Uh, I kind of yeah. Yeah, I actually get really angry when I have a bad Moon Knight player on my team actually. Yeah, I kind of get more mad than when there's a bad Iron Man on my team really actually. I I'm mixing up mad and annoyed. I get really fucking annoyed, which could be a form of anger. I don't know, but yeah, I would say so. Yeah, Moon Knight pisses me off. If you're a bad Moon Knight and you're on my team, you piss me off more than a bad Iron Man player. Bad Namor players, they don't piss me off too much. That's low C tier. That's an easy one. Bad Namor players, they don't really hit spears that much, but at least they're using their right click and their squids. And you know that just melts dives. If you have the Hulk team up, then you have a better squid, but it's not that good of a team up. And I don't know why people get that mad. Or like I don't know why that many people want to ban Hulk because of this team up. It's not that good of a team up. That squid is not that annoying. It can hurt if you don't deal with it though. But bad Namor players, they put down their squids, they hit their right clicks. If you do the basic necessities, I mean, if you're bad but you're doing the basics, that's what I'm basing this list off of. Cause like if I just did a strange that like never uses their shield, never does anything, like obviously they're gonna go up to S tier. Like, what are you doing? But they gotta be at least like bad but trying. Like no strange that's trying is not gonna use his shield. Like that's not gonna happen. A bad penny, I expect it. They piss me off the least. Um, I expect bad penny players. All penny players are fucking bad. I mean, she's just not that good. She's better than last season, but she's just not that good. I have seen her barely any the last few days because she's just like, why? Like, like if you put your time and effort into any other fucking tank in the game, bro, you would have it would pay a lot more dividends than how much time you put into Penny Parker. Um, Plus, most people that got her Lord went into Doom matches and just spammed her nest and shit. That was before the patch, though. So I'm going to be seeing a lot less Penny mains now. Either way, bad Psylocks. Bad Psylocks piss me off because there's always a diff. Always a diff. They piss me off a little bit more than bad mag players because bad mag players, they're selfish and they just act like they're invincible. But bad Psylocke players will always have an Emma Frost on our team, and they don't do shit. They're clones. No matter what they do, they don't do anything. I don't know what they're doing, but they don't do anything in my experience. Um, but there's always a diff. I know that, so they piss me off. Bad Rocket players. This is a tough one, actually. See, bad Rocket players, like, I don't know if that exists anymore because Rocket's heals are goated. His alt is goated. His gun is a little hard to use if you're not used to it, but honestly, they don't piss me off that much. Maybe high D tier. They don't piss me off that much. Before, bad Rocket players used to piss me off a lot. I'm like, bro, please switch off a Rocket. We need a support alt. We need this. We need better heals. Like, but no, I don't feel that anymore. Rocket, good. If you're a bad player, Rocket's still good. You're still putting a lot of impact in on your team. Plus, you can heal the whole team at once, just low. You can self heal. Bad Rocket players sometimes piss me off because of like where they place the revive pack or something, but you know what I mean. Or they're like not damaging at all. But we're talking about they use at least their kit. That's what this tier list is off of. You at least use the base shit in your kit. So if Rocket uses everything in his kit, high D tier. He doesn't piss me off that much. Ooh. Star-Lord. So being a Star-Lord main, you could even call me a Star-Lord one trick up in the high ranks, but I feel like I can flex. I've played a Loki pretty well. If we're talking about another role. But I can also switch to like Hawkeye, Hela, Moon Knight, Namor if I'm feeling like I need a little bit of a crutch. I can switch to Psylocke, but I'm better with poke damage on her. I don't frag out that much on Psylocke. But whenever I run into bad Star-Lord players, like if somebody tells me like, hey, I'm a Star-Lord one trick, can I use him? And I have him locked, I'll say, okay, man, yeah, sure, you can use him. And I see them go like 1 and fucking 19, bro. That's the point where I'm like, we could have won that game if you just gave me Star-Lord. Like that might sound like a whole lot of ego, but I mean that shit. Like I mean that. Oh, I just clanked my teeth together. Oh my god, that hurt so bad. That was karma. But that might sound like a whole lot of ego, but I swear to God, that's how I feel. Swear to God, that's how I feel. Bad Star-Lord players, they always alt and die. Bad Star-Lord players always rush up with their rocket boots and just get throttled. Yeah. They don't piss me off that much though. But it's more of like, bro, like come on. You're using such a good character. I use him because he's so versatile and he's such a good solo queue character. You know, you can make do on your own if you have a bad healer. Grab some health packs. Like you can do a lot. You can melt tanks in 2 mags. You can melt every other DPS in the game. You can melt support players if people are not guarding their supports well. Like you can do a lot and have a lot of impact if you're solo queue on Star-Lord. That's why I got gravitated towards him, because I solo queue all the time now. That's all I do. My boys quit this game. Their honeymoon phase ended. I'm still liking the game a little bit less now, I'll be honest, but I'm gonna edit that out. But either way, bad Star-Lord players, they don't piss me off too much, but it is like, man, I should have got him. You know what I mean? So I got to put him in high B tier, simply because like they still do some damage, but they're always dead. So they do annoy me a little bit. I'm like, bro, come on, Star-Lord, switch off. Bad Scarlet Witch players. If you're bad on Scarlet Witch, you piss me off, kind of. I mean, I don't blame you if you don't get kills with her ult, because it's fucking terrible. But like, if you're bad on Scarlet Witch, I'm like, how? You're playing a no skill character. I mean, she doesn't have no skill, but like she has such a low skill ceiling when it comes to DPS. I'm like, bro, how do you like? How'd you make it through life to this point? Like, you have a character that if you're aiming within the same zip code as someone, you get the kill or you do damage. And with this Strange team up, she's even better. So I'm like, how the fuck are you managing to go 3-15 right now? What are you doing? Like, you are one of the best anti-dive characters in the game now. Or you always have been, but how are you doing this? So yeah, I gotta go high B tier with her. Uh she does kind of annoy me, but still at the end of the day, it's Scarlet Witch, so I don't hold very high standards for those players anyway. So yeah. Moving on. Spider-Man. Bad Spider-Man will always blame their entire team. They're going, you know, 6-6 with 6 final hits, and they'll point that out at the end of the game. Like, yeah, I went even, but our whole team did bad, and I got 6 final hits. So it's like, bro, what a what are we doing here? Like, yeah, you're 6-6 with 6 final hits, but do you not realize that you literally just fed alt charge to the enemy team that entire time? Do you not realize like how big of a shitter you are? Oh, 1 second. Whoops. There we go. Sorry, chat. Ah, sorry about that, chat. I was moving some things around. Um, so yeah, bad Spider-Man. Bad Spider-Man. S tier. Uh, like, yeah, you're going 6-6 with 6 final hits and like, some decent damage, but like, you literally just fed alt charge to the enemy team that entire time. Like, you didn't have that much impact. In fact, you made this whole game pretty much fucking 5v7, bro. Like you did more for the enemy team than you did for ours this entire game. So, yeah. Spider-Man players that are bad, they piss me off. They always blame everybody else. Especially their sports. They blame their sports a lot. So yeah, they piss me off. Squirrel Girls. A bad Squirrel Girl player. A bad Squirrel Girl player. They piss me off because I'm like, bro, your acorns do like 100 damage each. Like, what are you doing going negative right now? Like, just hold a choke point, shoot your acorns at a corner, and bank them off and kill the entire team. Like, that's all you need to do. You get easy kills. Every corner you do that on, you'll get an easy 3-piece, 2-piece, 1-piece, whatever. At least it will be better than your fucking 1-4 ass right now. Like, step your shit up. Like, if you want to play Squirrel Girl that badly, hide and bank shit off of the walls. Squirrel Girl players will always have the least deaths and the least kills if they're bad. And I don't understand it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they're scared of gunfights. I don't know. But they always manage to be like the last person alive. They're never on the front line. And they never even go after dive. So, bad Squirrel Girl players, they do kind of piss me off a little bit. Are they worthy to go in A tier? This is a very top heavy list. I do get pissed off a lot in this game. This is telling me a lot about myself right now. Yeah, I'd say so. They piss me off more than bad Scarlet Witch players. Like I said, I might put Scarlet Witch lower down as we proceed and when I look at it at the end, because I don't hold them at a very high standard at all. But bad Squirrel Girl players, I really don't hold them at a high standard. But I'm like, can you at least do one thing? And usually they can't. So, moving on. Bad Storm players. Bad Storm players. It depends. I mean, they get a lot of assists. They might not get any kills, but they get a lot of assists. So a bad Storm player, at least they're helping out their other DPS. Um, so they don't really piss me off too much, but it's the same thing with Iron Man. But with Iron Man, it's like, I don't know. Storm is like a different type of flyer. Like Iron Man, it just seems like he is permanent Spider-Man food. But Storm, her ult is pretty good. But I've seen bad Storms all the time aim for fucking tanks with it. So they annoy me a lot. But I don't run into Storm that much. Not many people want to play Storm. So when I run into a bad Storm player, I'm just like, oh, this is why I don't see her very much. So she don't piss me off that much. I'd say a bad. I'd say a bad. Yeah, a bad Cloak and Dagger pisses me off more. I would say a bad Hawkeye pisses me off less. So yeah, she can go in between those two. Moving on to the Punisher. When I have a bad Punisher on my team, I think like, bro, why don't you just go back to Call of Duty? Like, how are you playing so bad? Like, I just had a game where a guy went 2-9 on Punisher. Bro, how do you even manage that? I think you were the only one on the team negative. Bro, what are you doing? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it. They always put their turrets in the worst location possible. They never hit shots. They pull out their shotgun for people that are in another zip code. Like it don't really make any sense to me. But they don't piss me off too much. They do annoy me though. So I'm gonna put them higher than Luna at least. A bad Magic player does piss me off more. And Punisher isn't that strong anymore. Like he's not too strong anymore. I mean, the Rocket team up makes him pretty good. And if you're bad with the Rocket team up, then like we're talking B tier, but we're talking about like their base kit, like a bad Punisher player. Like, what are you doing? There's always a Rocket on your team as well, so maybe he should go in low B, but I'll stick him next in front of Luna. A bad Punisher pisses me off more than a bad Luna. Bad Thor players. Bad Thor players are literally just cannon fodder. They go in head first, just like Thor, which is lore accurate, I suppose, and they instantly die. They don't know what they're doing. They think they're invincible because they're a god, and they just end up getting melted by a Star-Lord, or they get headshot by a Hawkeye a few times, or they get Hulk ulted and smashed into fucking paste. See, a bad Thor player, I notice it. I can definitely tell when there's a bad Thor on my team, but he doesn't piss me off too much. I put him below Magic. A bad Magic will piss me off more than a bad Thor. Thor can be pretty hard to play. He's not that good of a tank, but he does really good DPS. So if you're not at least getting kills on Thor, you do annoy me. But you don't annoy me as much as a Magic. A bad Venom player. A bad Venom player is always paired with a bad Spider-Man. So this could skew him a bit. But a bad Venom, it seems like they don't even exist in the game. They're constantly diving onto the enemy. They get melted. They press E. They swing out of the way, get heals, go back, rinse and repeat. That's what a bad Venom does. And at that point, they're at least being a good distraction as the enemy team fills them full of lead. So I can accept a bad Venom player. They don't piss me off too much. A bad Venom doesn't piss me off too much. I would actually wager to say a bad Venom pisses me off less than a bad Doctor Strange. Because at least a bad Venom is going to hit a couple headshots and do some decent damage. Like, they're going to do something. And if they're not hitting anything, we have bigger problems to worry about. So, yeah, I'd say a bad Venom pisses me off less than a bad Doctor Strange. A bad Bucky Barnes. If we run into a bad Bucky, in Big 2025 season 2 of Marvel Rivals, I'm not too surprised. A lot of people play him like he used to be, which is like less cooldowns and a better alt, and I'm guilty of this myself. So like whenever I run into a Bucky, it seems like he's always getting diff for one, which is a pattern that's reemerging here. And he's always going like 1 in 10 to start the game, and then he just brings it back out of nowhere. Like a bad Bucky player just seems like they can hit his, because his bullets are AoE. It seems like he can just hit his AoE bullets out of nowhere and succeed. So like he doesn't piss me off too much. Honestly, I don't think so. I don't think a bad Bucky Barnes player pisses me off too much, because they always have an opportunity to bring it back, which is similar to the Hawkeye players. But the Hawkeye players piss me off more because they'll absolutely refuse to switch off. Whoa, so hi. I don't think he pisses me off that much. He pisses me off less than a bad. Nah. But they're so prevalent though. So it's like, you know how many bad Bucky Barnes players there are in the player base. Like, you got to be able to recognize when you're being one of them and switch off. I'd say a bad Bucky pisses me off more than a bad Punisher. That's about all I can give him. Bad Wolverine players. Yeah, they don't piss me off too much. I kind of expect it. I mean, Wolverine is like really good in the right hands, but at the end of the day, like, I've seen many Wolverines use their leap and not get anybody in it. Use their alt, not get anybody in it. I get more pissed off when there's a good Wolverine, because they're just fucking mopping the floor with everybody, and I can never do anything. Like, I just feel like I'm spectating the match. So a bad Wolverine player doesn't piss me off too much. Do they piss me off more than Namor though? Nah, they piss. Yeah, no, they don't. They don't. I'm not gonna second guess myself. They piss me off a little bit less than a bad Namor player. Just enough to be in the top of D. They piss me off just enough to be more than a bad Rocket player. A bad Mr. Fantastic player. Again, this is honestly becoming a pretty well-rounded tier list. A bad Mr. Fantastic doesn't piss me off that much. I run into a lot of good Mr. Fantastics, never really any bad ones. Usually it's the case where like somebody's playing a really bad like Star-Lord, or they're playing a bad like Iron Man, and they're like, you know what, fuck it, I'm switching to Mr. Fantastic. That's what I run into more than anything. And then they're really good on Mr. Fantastic. A Mr. Fantastic pisses me off, a bad one pisses me off less than a bad Wolverine. That's what I'll say. I think so. A bad Invisible Woman. Bad Invisible Woman pissed me off pretty bad. Just below. Actually? Ooh. When I have a bad Invisible Woman, I get pissed off more than if I have a bad Magneto. Because a bad Invisible Woman makes you feel like you have no heals at all. Like, I don't know how they do it. They place their shield on like in the worst moments. They use their alt. They aim it poorly, or they forget to aim it at all, and they just place it somewhere random on the map. Bad Invisible Woman, like they don't. It depends. When I'm in ranked, they piss me off a lot. This is all according to ranked, by the way. That's when they piss me off. When I'm in ranked and I'm with a bad Invisible Woman, that pisses me off, because I'm like, at this level, you should know how to aim your alt. You should know when to place your shield, and you should know when to push and pull an enemy. Because when you're using an Invisible Woman's push or pull, when you pull somebody towards your entire team, Our team can finish them off so quickly and just get that player off the board entirely. And a bad Invisible Woman will never have you in that position. Like, Invisible Woman can be the best support simply because they will help your DPS and your tanks thrive. I think she is probably the best in that sense to help your team thrive in their roles. I think that's the best way I can put it. So a bad Invisible Woman, it makes me feel like I don't even have heals. They'll just be chilling on the back line, and they won't be doing anything except for... And that's it. That's all they do. And that kind of pisses me off, because you have so much versatility to your kit. You can do so much to help your team, but you just don't. So yeah. They do kind of piss me off. Bad Human Torch players... He used to be Spider-Man food, but he's not anymore. So when you go Human Torch, I'm expecting you to shit on a Spider-Man that tries. I'm expecting a Spider-Man to fuck around and find out when you're playing Human Torch. I'm expecting you to light a flame under that spider's ass. That's what I'm expecting. So a bad Human Torch kind of gets me ticked off, but it's not like... But he's a default ban for me at the same time. So he usually gets diffed by the enemy when I have a bad one on my team. So I do get kind of ticked. I get mad at a bad Human Torch player above a bad Storm player. For sure. I think so. Yeah. When I take away all those possibilities, when I see a Human Torch becoming spider food, I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? How are you... Like, that shotgun is so good against Spider-Man. Boosh, boosh. He's out of there. He's out of there. That Spider-Man is done. So, yeah, they do piss me off more than a bad Storm player. The Thing. A bad The Thing is still a good The Thing. And here's why. The Thing is like the spongiest fucking... tank in the game, besides like Groot or whoever, without a shield. With no shield, like the non-shield tanks, Groot is probably the tankiest. Or, sorry. Hold on. Let me retry that. Out of the non-shield tanks, the Thing is probably the tankiest. Simply because his right-click ability gives him 50 shield every time he uses it. That's overshield, by the way. So it takes away from that before it takes away from his health. So he's constantly getting 50 HP all the time. And his left shift ability, if you at least just tap it and there's a dive near you or there's somebody else with a lot of movement near you, everybody else is fucked. Everybody else is fucked. And he's kind of got a nerfed version of Doctor Strange's ult that just affects the people in front of him. But that's about it. Like, Strange can completely shut down dive. The worst of things can shut down. I don't know. I think I said Strange somewhere in there. I'm fucking up a lot right now on talking about The Thing. The thing is, he can shut down so many dives, even being the worst thing in the fucking player base. So bad The Thing, they annoy me. But they are being useful still, even if they're bad. Even if a Thing has 10 deaths, he's still doing something for his team. He's still being useful in his own way. So a bad The Thing... A bad The Thing pisses me off less than a bad Nimwar. That's what I'll say. Last we got Emma Frost. A bad Emma Frost. So a really good Emma Frost can make you feel like you've got an additional DPS. A good Emma Frost is going to grab a tank, slam him into a wall, or grab a dive, slam him into the wall, and hit so many one-hit combos that the enemy team is going to get tilted, and there's no way they're coming back. They're going to make... I've seen Emma Frost cause so much shit talking between my team an enemy Emma Frost caused so much shit talking between my team that we were never able to recover and win the game. Because a good Emma Frost will do that to you. She'll go into her diamond form. She'll when I'm low to the ground on Star-Lord and I see an Emma Frost go into diamond form, I'm praying to the creator because she is going to choke slam the fuck out of me and my ult is going to be null and void. And that is scary. So a bad Emma Frost player, with all that being said, if she doesn't grab dive, if she doesn't counter anything, if she doesn't place her little wall thing, if she doesn't do that, I do get a little ticked off, I'm gonna be honest. But it's not to the point where like I'm seething. It's not like an Iron Man being spider food for me. So an Emma Frost, my final ranking. If I have a bad Emma Frost on my team, how much does she piss me off? I gotta put her. I gotta put her behind. Oh, that's a tough one, actually. I wanted to be this big, decisive moment where I chose the last ranking, but I honestly can't. I can't say that she pisses me off more than a bad Thor or less than a bad Thor. Can I? Yeah, I can. That's it. That's it. I'm not second guessing myself. That's it. Yeah, a bad Emma Frost. A bad Emma Frost pisses me off less than a bad Thor. I think that's it. I think that's it. Yeah. This is my tier list on if they're bad on my team, what characters piss me off from greatest to least in Marvel Rivals. If I have a bad Jeff on my team, they piss me off the most. If I have a bad Penny Parker on my team, they piss me off the least. I think this is pretty accurate for me.